In addition to teaching at the college level, you also took a part-time position teaching.
Yes. There was a project called what was it called? Miller Math Project. It was designed to use university people, bring them into elementary school setting, and do some new kind of math with children. I forgot how they described it, but it was a math program which would be not in the nature of elementary school mathematics. And so I was hired for this project. In fact, they use university people on a part-time basis. I think I taught a second grade class and a fifth grade class just once a week. And that was the Miller Math Improvement Program. The idea was to get children to stimulate children in mathematics, to see that mathematics is not just add, subtract, multiply, and divide. So we tried to do some creative activities with them.
And the elementary school that you were working in, was it in a primarily minority community?
Yes, I think it was. I think it was strictly minority, just because of its location. Yes.
And as I understand it, that was not the most rewarding experience for you.
No, I enjoyed it. It was good working with the kids. Also, it was something new, and I enjoyed meeting the other people in the project too. But it lasted only a year. And
when you I got the impression from some of what I'd read that you were ready to leave when that year was up.
Well, yeah,
ready to move
because
on.
It was kind of hard. It was really hard to fitting in the program, fitting into the schedule. Also, being able to go to the elementary school at these certain hours, so it just made it hard to mesh with your program at the university.
Did you find that you were able, it was more or less difficult to teach math to children of such a young age?
Well, what we did with them was maybe some problems, logical thinking problems. It wasn't difficult because we built math games. So the projects or the exercises, the lessons really weren't above their head. It just required them to see mathematics in a different light, give them a different look at mathematics. Some problem-solving problems, some where you have to use your head rather than just doing some rote, calculations. So it really was. It was not a. They were able to do the lessons that were designed for them.
Why is it that even in this day and age, young elementary school kids, particularly in minority communities, seem to be struggling so much with math? It's still and particularly girls at a certain point, mm-hmm. seem to sort of veer away from math.
I think it's the culture. We tell them they can't do it. Also, remember, we are not getting the caliber of teachers that we used to have either. So often, the teachers at the elementary school level have had very little training in mathematics. They are required to have very little training in elementary school mathematics. And some states, by one time it was true, that some states had no requirement in mathematics for elementary school teachers. So you're getting people at the elementary school level who hate math, who never did well in math, and are not going to do very much with math, and pass that feeling on to their children. They don't, in other words, what they do with the children is very limited. And perhaps they pass that hatred or dislike or disdain for mathematics on to the children.
How do you change that?
Better teacher education. More stringent education for elementary school teachers in the subject matter. Or if math specialists at the elementary school level, people who are really trained in mathematics to work with elementary school children.
Do you think that for African American children in poor urban communities, that that math and mathematic ability has any particular value? I mean, is it something that should be emphasized in particular, or is it one of a number of subjects that it would be good for your average black child to be competent in?
What job do you get? What job can you envision where logical thinking, problem solving is not an essential skill? Mathematics teaches, the goal of mathematics is to teach problem solving, logical thinking skills. Math can do that for you better perhaps in any subject. And so if the children aren't, if mathematics is that, if that's not the concept that needs to be stressed, it is not stressed, then the children are losing some valuable skills that they need in their lifetime.